Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thought I'd come on here and just say a few words of gratitude for friendships, for connections, for inner circle, for my intercessors that I love dearly, my childhood friends, high school friends, elementary school friends, and camp friends. You know, I reflect today on a lot of connections. Oh, and my woman at the well friends, my sisters, my tribe. I reflect today on relationships and connections that are so important as we navigate through this thing called life. You know, sometimes it can have its ups and downs and turnarounds and slippery slopes and false hopes, but God is the one steadying factor. You know, reading Genesis and moving on to, reading through the whole entire Bible, one chapter at a time. Woman at the Well, Facebook. It's a community of loving sisters, walking and doing life together on real terms. And so that's a little side note. If you want more information, you can message me. But anyway, but more importantly, just being able to remember that we're not alone in this world. And some days it can feel like we are. But that's a lie. We're not. And if we're believing that we are, then our minds are not in a good place and we really need to ask for help. So I encourage everybody that if you are feeling alone, or maybe you are physically alone, but you are not alone in that there aren't people out there that would reach out if they knew you were struggling. So taking a leap of faith and stepping out and asking for help. There's tons of hotlines. If you need to just talk to somebody, please get on the phone and call one of them, or walk into a church. And if church intimidates, or somehow if church has not been kind to you, because sometimes people don't represent Christ well, and there are people that represent Christ well. So I invite you to not give up until you find them, or until you reach out and say, you know what, have someone come to me. And I've had that happen, where you've just reached out and said, you know, I need to talk to someone today. And God, however that needs to happen. And next thing I know, someone gives me a call. Sometimes it's just taking that one risk of trusting one more time and remembering that first thought wrong. Because usually our first thought is an emotional thought, right? It's not always the most rational. So in this time of Thanksgiving, let's continue to remember there's always a door. There's always an open way out of a situation. It's whether or not we choose to pursue and really believe that we will see it and ask for the eyes to be able to see it. I just really hope that today, when you're sitting with family, that it's about uplifting, it's about encouraging, it's about loving, it's about forgiving, it's about walking in grace. And I gotta tell you, sometimes we don't walk in grace well. So let's really challenge ourselves. Am I really truly walking in grace, or am I extending grace to only people that I feel deserve it, right? Who are we? You know, we are not the ones that deem whether or not someone deserves grace. Can you remember the last time you really needed grace to be extended to you and it wasn't? How did that feel? And why would we want someone else to feel that? We wouldn't want someone else to feel that. So let's be the grace giver. Let's give the grace that is beyond what we thought we could give. Ask the Lord to empower us from on high to love the unlovable. Or are they unlovable? Sometimes I really don't like that phrase. You know, sometimes it's difficult. But I mean, look at Jesus. He loved all of us across all eternity. And I can guarantee you, a lot of people may not appear to be lovable. But believe it or not, the ones that appear to be the most unlovable end up being the ones that have more to offer. If you take time to hear their story, take time to sit with them, take time to be the word or be with them in a moment, in several moments, and take down that high, haughty sense of pride. You know, things happen in life. People disappoint us. People betray us, right? Things happen. Who are you to say they're not worthy of grace? To walk alongside or to extend the olive branch and say, you know what? I don't agree with everything you do, but I love you. And I'll love you through every season. I know my dad believed in that. He didn't always model it well, but he believed in it. He believed that family and people should not disconnect. They should connect, even when we disagree. Connect, right? So in his memory, I just want to bestow upon all of you guys that if there's anyone out there that I have not extended grace to, forgive me. Reach out to me. I might not know that I didn't extend grace, but guess what? I am thankful for you. I am grateful for you. And I am grateful for a God who's big enough to handle everything that we can take to him, even our. So be encouraged and be thankful and know that I care a lot about all of you. And I pray that you have a restful day, a creative day, a day of taking one more risk to trust, one more risk to reach out. Something good is going to happen on the other end of it. And I actually prophesy that. Have an amazing